Good evening. Police are still investigating after an 83-year-old Pecos man was mauled to death by 3 pit bulls. And the police chief says it's the first time he's seen anything like this in his 30 years in law enforcement.
CBS 7's Lauren Landman was the first on the scene this afternoon. She was in Pecos earlier today and joins us with tonight's top story.
83-year-old Norberto Legarda had made plans to help out his relatives for a few days while they were out of town by feeding their dog. But just before 10 a.m., the simple task of helping his family turned terribly wrong and shook an entire neighborhood.
That's a crazy thing.
David Vajil walks his block every morning, but this day was different. His footsteps and the usual sound of traffic was drowned out by a sound he will never forget.
And then I heard the real horrible noise, real horrible.
Then it was what he saw. 3 pit bulls in the backyard of his neighbor's home attacking their Labrador retriever.
So I looked around, got a stick, boom, boom, I hit them in the head. They won't do nothing, so I guess I poked them, and I was yelling at them, SOBs and all that kind of stuff.
David felt it was time to leave, and when he turned around, that's when he saw the unexpected.
I looked back, and there was a man face down lying there, and I said, Lord have mercy. I walked up and dialed 911.
Police arrived and determined Norberto had already passed away, but questions of how everything happened is still left to be investigated.
We think the evidence is going to show those dogs got into a fight, and then the victim tried to separate them. That's when the pit bulls turned on him.
But how the pit bulls ended up in the backyard remains unknown. I've walked around both of the homes to look at the fence and see if there was any place these dogs could have gotten out. They seem to be well maintained, and as you can see, the fence is actually taller than I am. The only damage is right here, and it's relatively small. We attempted to speak to the owner of the pit bulls, but no one was home for a comment. Now, what's left of the morning's incident has residents in shock and a community saying a prayer for their neighbors. With your eye on Pecos, I'm Lauren Landman, CBS 7 News.
Lauren, thanks very much. All 3 pit bulls were euthanized this morning with the owner's consent. The other dog that was attacked is expected to make a full recovery. Police say no charges have been filed yet, but they are possible. The owner of the pit bull, however, could face a 2nd-degree felony of attack by dog, which comes with a 2 to 10-year sentence.
If you ever find yourself in a situation where you think a dog may attack, the Humane Society has released these tips. You can tell that a dog may turn aggressive if his body seems to be tense, his tail stiff, and if the dog's ears are pulled back. They say the best thing to do in this case is always put space between yourself and a dog. Never turn your back on him and run away. Resist the urge to scream, and if he does begin to attack, grab anything you can to put between yourself and the dog, like a purse or a jacket. If you fall or are knocked to the ground, experts say it's best to curl into a ball, put your hands over your ears, and remain motionless.